The Type 62 is the second Chinese tank to enter the World of Tanks battle. Unlike the Type 59 medium tank, the Type 62 is a premium Tier 6 light tank. These two tanks may look similar, but their characteristics are very different. This new Chinese tank is actually a bit like the American Chaffee. This light tank has good maneuverability and good velocity, so it is able to move to strategic positions quickly. The Type 62 is also equipped with a powerful gun that is able to hit and hit hard. The Type 62 really shines during the second phase of battle. After all, the hot shots have killed each other off and there aren't as many active encounters. In this tank, you can change your position quickly and attack enemies suddenly. This vehicle is smaller in size and has a lower detection chance, so if your teammates assault one flank, you can easily sneak through another one. To get the most out of this tank, you must be attentive, control the map, and use its information to make decisions. For example, if you see the two groups of heavy tanks fighting each other, use this low-profile tank to sneak behind an enemy's force and shoot into their weak spots. This tank is smaller, and a heavy tank would likely prioritize firing on larger targets, not realizing the firepower of the Type 62 or how much damage they are about to receive. The Type 62 can help medium tanks on their assaults, as well as aid other light tanks scout for enemy movement, especially if they need a passive scout. The Type 62 has good velocity and traverse speed, but the speed is limited to 50 km an hour. Logically, this isn't the tank for rushing forward to spot incoming enemies. However, that being said, the Type 62 can be a good active scout on some maps. While on scout duty, this tank can comfortably battle Tier 8 or even Tier 10 vehicles because of its mobility on the battlefield. But to get the best out of this tank, you might consider finding a strategic location to fire from, patrolling your defensive flanks, or joining the assault with medium tanks. As a light tank, the Type 62 obviously has a relatively low amount of armor. The frontal armor is similar to that of the Type 59. They both have the same amazing angular surfaces which create a really high chance of incoming shots ricocheting off. However, you don't want to rely on that for protection from attacks. The Type 62 is the kind of tank where you want to use your superior mobility to make enemies work hard to establish a line of fire on you. The Type 62 is equipped with a very specific gun. This weapon has a good rate of fire, which delivers high alpha damage. The common penetration is quite low, so it is best fired at medium to close range. The accuracy on the gun is very high, allowing the Type 62 to shoot into weak spots and armor vulnerabilities. However, you won't notice the gun's low rate of penetration if you are able to position yourself to the side or rear of the enemy. As mentioned before, it is of critical importance to control and organize the movement of your allies and enemies. Be aware of and involved in the movement of medium tanks because you'll likely support these tanks in the battle. As you near an enemy, flank to its side or rear, using your ally's armor as cover, and begin firing into weak spots. The Type 62 comes with some very noteworthy premium features. Primarily, this tank can earn a substantial amount of credits. If you are a scouting fan, the Type 62 is similar in playstyle to the high-tier German, Soviet, and American light tanks. Unlike these other light tanks, which usually cost more credits than they earn, the Type 62 is a whole different story. The Type 62 is an interesting tank with some unique qualities, and we think you'll love it.